Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're tackling Google's big official IDE for Android development, Android Studio. And we're kind of looking at it through the lens of, well, one source called it a necessary no BS roast.
Yeah, exactly. So our mission for you, the listener, is really to cut through the hype. We want to nail down, what are the actual productivity gains and crucially, what are the serious hardware needs, the time investment. So by the end, you'll have a much clearer idea if it's actually worth using heading into 2025.
Okay, let's kick things off with its core identity. Because, on paper, it looks fantastic, right? The
Yeah.
ultimate toolkit, it's meant to be the single source of truth. It bundles the Android SDK, all those tools and libraries, and it uses that, well, infamous Gradle build system.
Right, and that integration is the big selling point. It's built on IntelliJ, which isn't just some basic editor. It really understands Android code, so you get smart completion, refactoring tools, things that genuinely speed you up when you're deep in complex code.
And it goes beyond just code, doesn't it? There's the built-in emulator, phones, tablets, watches, plus that layout editor is pretty slick. Seeing your UI on different screens in real time, that saves a ton of back and forth.
Oh, absolutely. For serious production-level work, that tight integration is, well, invaluable. But here's the flip side. This is where the roast element really comes in. All those features, they demand serious resources. And, tutorials often just gloss over this. Android Studio can be incredibly resource-hungry.
Yeah, we've all been there. You hit run, and suddenly your laptop sounds like it's about to achieve liftoff. So where's the line? According to our sources, where does that productivity boost hit a hardware wall?
Well, the official specs, they're really just the bare minimum. They say 8 gigs of RAM for just the IDE, but honestly, talk to developers. Running the emulator, maybe debugging on a real phone, plus the IDE itself, you're looking at 16 gigs. Easily. Maybe more for a smooth experience.
And it's not just the RAM, right? The storage space is another killer. It's the IDE, multiple SDK versions, all those emulator images. It just balloons.
Yes.
50 gigs,
Yeah.
100 gigs. It adds up fast. This isn't really something for a standard mid-range laptop user.
Exactly. If you don't have that kind of hardware headroom, every compile takes ages, indexing lags, and suddenly all those smart features that were supposed to save you time, they don't, because you're just waiting for the tool.
And then there's the sheer complexity. Beyond the hardware. For someone just starting out, it's a lot. You're not just learning Kotlin or Java. You're learning build systems, manifests, profilers. Why Gradle sync sometimes takes forever. It's overwhelming.
That learning curve is steep. It's a real-time investment.
Which brings us to the big question. Is it always the right tool? The consensus seems to be, look, if you're doing serious, dedicated Android development, yes. The integration, the official support, it's a purpose-built and, frankly, very good for that. But maybe total overkill for other things, like quick prototypes.
Yeah.
Or if you're mainly doing cross-platform stuff and don't need that deep Android-specific tooling. And certainly, if you lack the hardware, that 16 gigs of RAM. Or if you bought into the idea of build an app in minutes on any laptop, well, you're in for a rough time. It demands the hardware. It demands the learning time.
Yeah, it boils down to that trade-off, doesn't it? Android Studio offers immense power and deep integration. But the cost is high in terms of resources and complexity. You need to go in knowing that.
That sums it up pretty well. It's a powerful engine, but it needs serious fuel and a skilled driver, not the lightweight miracle some corners of the internet suggest.
So thinking about that fast app in minutes on any laptop idea that our sources kind of debunked, what does this reality mean if your priority is speed or mobility? Or just, lightweight development? Maybe it's worth thinking about alternatives. Other frameworks, maybe web-based tools that might give a better balance if that heavy hardware investment just isn't practical for you right now. Something to consider.